Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here, greetings boys and girls, and I have a silly loose of a hamster running around behind my neck. I've been having to check my sound volumes and all that, and she's pretty active, so she's not just sitting quietly. She started off on my lap, ended up in my pocket, and then crawled up back behind my neck. But this is little Gojira. She's very active this morning, so I picked her up, and it's also a lot earlier than I normally start, especially after all this time. I'm going to put her back in her cage. Little one. There you go. Thank you very much. It's 6:21, which is 20 minutes later than I wanted to start. For a couple of reasons, I am starting late. One of which is it took about 10 minutes to finish booting up my computer this morning. Because it took turn it on and then have to wait for it to get to the welcome screen so I could turn it back off, because it sounded once again like there was a loose prop propeller plane going banging up against things. There's a fan that's loose or side in its casing, the only thing I can figure, and it's nicking against something as it runs. And so it sounds loud. It's awful. So after it gets to a point, I have it shut down and then turn it back on. And then what makes it longer is every other time I turn it back on, it goes to the BIOS and says, hey. You need to press F2 to recover your BIOS. And then I have to go into the BIOS, just say, okay, exit. And it'll go, you didn't change anything. Are you sure you want to exit? Then that's all I had to do was go into the BIOS. Didn't have to do anything, just enter the BIOS, and that fixes it. And then reboot again. And so I had to do that about 4 times out of the 10 times to reboot, because on try number 9, it actually booted up into Windows, and I was loading up all the stuff, and then it started going tick, 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 and I was like, oh god. So shut it all down, turn it back on again. So now at try number 10, it has been working. But since then, I've just been getting things ready, been trying to get dressed, finish getting dressed, and I could put on my stockings, because I wear support stockings, because I've had, my sincere apologies, I have had three, more than that, I have had cellulitis in my lower legs so often, it has, in fact, during times it's almost killed me, where I was in the hospital on IV antibiotics, once 2 very strong antibiotics for almost a week before it knocked out the infection. I have been almost killed by my attacks of cellulitis, and they've happened so many times. I don't have a lymph system that functions well in my lower limbs anymore. It appears to be recovering, which is really, really cool. Just like the nerves in my arm here, when I severed my radial nerve, they healed, and my hand went from 99.999% paralyzed, because all I could do was do this and that was it. I could bring my fingers and my thumb inward like that, but I couldn't let them go back out. It had to be muscle tone and gravity. Past that, nothing. And only in the past like 3 years is it here and up and running and doing stuff again. Nerves grow back. Thank goodness for that, or this thing would still be dead. It's clumsy. Thank goodness I'm almost completely ambidextrous. The only thing I can't do with my left hand is write quickly or sign my name. I've never practiced signing my name with my left hand, and I'm 56. I don't know how to sign my name with this hand. And then writing is just slow, but I can do it. But past that, anything I can do with this hand, I can do just as well, if not better, with this hand now, because this hand is just, the signals get through, obviously, but they don't get through well. There's a lot of scar tissue right where it's healed, and so the signals get through, but there's a lot of, the signal to noise ratio ain't as good as it used to be. Hopefully that'll keep getting better too. But the lymph system in my lower legs used to be so bad that if I didn't wear my support stockings every single day, they would just bloat out. I would get big fat feet because of swelling. Your lymph system gets rid of excess fluid in your body. And during the day, normally, because we are vertical, fluid tends to accumulate downward gravity, your feet and your lower extremities swell. Mine swelled even more, to the point that my feet looked like meat pumpkins. My legs swelled up to not twice their size, but pretty big. So I was on support stockings. Now it's only from the knees down that this happens to me, thank goodness, but still. And so I wear support stockings, and now my lymph system has gotten a lot better, and also with my weight loss through illness, where I used to weigh 325, got really sick, couldn't eat for like a month. Every 99 times out of 100 when I ate, I vomited it back up. And the same thing with water. I should have died. I lost from, well, like I said, I went from 325 pounds to 160 in about a month and a half. Don't do that. That should have killed me, but it didn't. So with the weight loss combined with just time, my legs do a lot better. I still wear support stockings, and in fact I wear support stockings, and then I wear another pair of semi-support stockings that are just like gym socks, but they're, the way they're woven, they do a little bit more extra compression. And then I wear extra socks that were sent to me as a present by Kathy Kitscat, I believe it was, thank you very much. And I wear those too because I'm always freezing, and being warm is a very good thing. Socks are very important. As much as I don't like this one doctor now, just because he's, I think as a doctor you should know what you're doing. And while doctors are not nutritionists, because they only get like a couple months of nutrition work compared to all the years of doctor stuff they get. This one doctor, Dr. Mike Vershowski, he's a Russian guy, I can't remember. Well, he's not a Russian guy. He's an American, but he was like born in Russia and then adopted here or some such thing. But so now he's like in his 20s, and he's a doctor, and he's got a YouTube channel, a couple million. But the one big thing is, I think you should know things better before you do them. And as a doctor, you know, carbs, all things are what food is necessary, just in smaller or larger amounts. So carbohydrates are an important nutrient, just like fats are an important nutrient. All these things are important nutrients. So going on like a keto diet where you're just doing things like eating meat and the like, you shouldn't be endorsing that as a doctor because too much protein can damage your kidneys. And you only need about 1 cheeseburger per week as a protein requirement. So going full keto, throwing out all of his fruits, not eating fruits, cutting out a whole bunch of vegetables because of their carbohydrates, and then just eating meat. And it was like, I have to unsub from your channel because as a doctor, that is not a good thing, and you should know that. So unsubbed from him from that because my power is limited. All I have is my endorsement, and I'm not going to endorse something like that. So unsub. But other than that, he's not a bad fellow. And so if you ever check him out, Dr. Mike, he does reviews of TV stuff where he watches like House or The Good Doctor, and then he'll stop and talk about the medical stuff of what he's seeing. And aside from his, I don't like his views on keto, but he, you know, he pumps iron, he does stuff. So other than that, so I'm very late today. I can't remember exactly why I shot off into that one other than the endorsement, but because I'm very tired, woke up at 5:30 and it's only 6:29 right now. And I'm also behind because according to my schedule, wake up at 5:30, start recording at 6, editing at 6:30, rendering at 7, upload at 7:30, leave the house at 8 o'clock. Well, it's 6:30 and I'm only 9 minutes into this, and I don't want to just cut it short because of that, and because I was so late getting started because of the late start trying to get my computer just to boot properly. I don't know what that was, a burp or just a bit of air compression or what there. Sorry for the gobble. The gobble? The goggle and misspeaking there. But it's a day when I'm heading off to therapy, and I haven't been in ages. It's been a combination of me being sick, and we had the snow. I didn't have time to talk long enough to clear my throat this morning. My sincere apologies. And so I am very late getting this done. I'm going to hopefully get it uploaded and all the stuff done behind the scenes before I have to leave here, because I have to leave early enough that I can fill up the gas tank, because I'm in Shelton, Washington. My therapy is in Olympia, and to get to Olympia you have to take at least the 14-mile Highway 101 just to get to the highway, so I can take the highway for a couple miles, so I can get into Olympia, so I can take the exit the couple miles to get to the actual therapy building. So it's quite a distance to drive. It's, you know, if you drive on the highway at a mile a minute, then that's a good just 20 minutes of driving. And that's just the highway driving. And then I've got the in Shelton and in Olympia driving to do. So yeah, it's not a whole lot of ways to cut that amount of time down. But it's a good thing. I need to go. It's been a month. I've had revelations I've had that I want to talk with him about. I understand now with my what was I even thinking about on that one I wanted to talk about? There's a whole bunch of stuff like revelations I've had where way back in the mid-90s, I and my friends, when we worked at this one nursing home, we discussed things. Is it better to have loved and lost to have never lost at all? That was a big thing, big question, big wonder. I did not have an answer to that one until I realized out walkies the other day that finally, after all these years, that yes, I can say it is better in my book for my life. And it's taken me from the mid-90s to almost 2020 to say, yes, it is better to have loved and lost to never have loved at all. Because pain is a natural part of the human experience. And there was a tweet somebody put out that helped formulate this for me. They wrote, you know, love hard AF, hurt are hard AF. And that was literally just the tweet, you know, love hard AF, hurt hard AF. And it was one of those things you just see as you scroll past in your timeline, and then you go, oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? And then I did a big tweet on that myself saying, you know, I really don't want to like this one, but I have to, because ignoring pain is crippling yourself. You're cutting yourself off from the normal human experience. Yes, pain hurts, but you have to accept it. Wallow in it. Hold it in your hands and cry out to the heavens your injustice. Feel the pain. It's part of being human. And avoiding parts of your life just because it hurts is crippling yourself, cutting yourself off from so much of the natural, normal human experience. So yes, love hard as fuck, and hurt hard as fuck. Wallow in it. Get down on your knees in the mud. Hold up the shattered pieces of your heart to the heaven and demand God why. Because it's part of being human to feel this. But after a time, you've just got to get back up, brush off, and keep walking. Because recovering from the pain is also part of being human. And cutting yourself off from the human experience just not to feel pain, you are crippling yourself. So yes, it is better to have loved and lost to never have loved at all. Because if you've never loved at all and never felt pain, then you are not feeling the true and full range of human emotion and experience. So yes, at least in my case, it is better to have loved and lost and never have loved at all. And on March 19th of this year, my wife Jennifer will be 5 years gone. Thumbs up for that. And now I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my fibro, depression, being tired, I am so forgetful. My sincere apologies. I'm getting a lot better. Boy, am I ever. But I still have a ton of memory issues. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, so we're just not good at that sort of thing. And yes, I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. So whether it was a good comment, a bad comment, an indifferent comment, if it's an abusive comment, I'm just going to delete that one and say bye-bye and not regret it. But it doesn't even have to be nice. I leave up negative comments in the comments because thank you for having left the time. So, get to my Chrome here. And we have Tundra Keeper, good to see you in the comments, and Hugo Paz, thumbs up and thank you, and Felipe Arroyo, I sure hope I'm close, thank you. Suicide Chocolate SK, that's a heck of a name, thank you very much, and Craig Martin, greatly appreciated. Thomas S, thumbs up and thank you, and QPMNB, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Leafy is gone. Thumbs up and thank you. Savannah Scott. Greatly appreciated. Oganan, I think it is. Thumbs up and thank you. Pandora NYC1. Always good to see you in the comments. Thank you. Crocodile Keys Productions. And thank you. Drip Flex. Greatly appreciated. Megan Buckland. Thank you very, very much. And Blake Crochet. Thumbs up and thank you. FTG. Thank you very, very much. And Perfect Tragedy. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. William Maurer. Thumbs up and thank you. And Kat Terry. Thumbs up and thank you. Rich Jones. Very unpleasant person. We Are Beautiful and Sick. Thumbs up and thank you very, very much. Chris with an apostrophe. Greatly appreciated. Julian Clark. Thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Colin Reisenauer. Thumbs up. And then I can't remember where, if it was in this period, but there was, I'm going to say hi to Mika Mach 5, who had made a comment the other day, and I can't remember if I said hello, but thank you, Mika Mach 5. It's always good to see you in the comments. I miss everybody that used to talk a lot and then doesn't anymore. It makes me sad when names vanish, and I try to remember who people were, and I regret names that have vanished, but thank you everybody that has commented. Ted Dead. Yeah, that was English? I hope so. Thumbs up and thank you. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Greatly appreciated, and thumbs up. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that, 17 minutes and 32 seconds. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. Again, thank you so much. If it had not been for all of you Patreon.com patrons, especially, and everybody who has given to my GoFundMe campaign, I would have made it barely. And not negative 500, but close to it. You all saved me so very much. It is appreciated greatly, greatly. I mean, if it wasn't for my YouTube channel, I don't know where I'd be. I literally have no ideas, because I would not be able to pay for things without it. It is appreciated so much. And of course, however, I can't remember how the rest I say that part. That's not English. But anyway, too, I guess I'll just say, if you could toss me a like, because I lost track of where I was entirely, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I do appreciate all the positive validation for my existence. Aha, I say, if you could donate like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. That's very important, and I want you all to know that. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very awesome. I was going for a like again. That would be very cool. I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, listen to me trying to speak English in a coherent fashion while I'm looking at the time and going, ugh, I'm so late. But thank you very much. If you are down with subscribing, it is appreciated to no end. Definitely a thumbs up. Am I going to have a reaction done today? Well, no. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back from therapy close to 11 o'clock, and that's a huge chunk of time. I'm going to be lucky to get anything done and past this today. So thumbs up for that. But I'm going to do the best I can, and I hope that you have the best possible day that you can have today. I can't speak English. It's just too early in the day for me. So you take care. I'll try and bring my hand down into camera. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And I'm about 9 seconds left on this one, so what the heck. Take care. Have a very good day. I will see you. And therapy is fun.